Hi everybody, welcome back to what is my channel. I'm just so used to embracing you guys as my family, you girls, rather than being all official. But for all you newbies, welcome. This is Message in a Bottle. I'm Nicole K, your Heyoka empath, and this is where we talk about things that you're not going to hear anywhere else, or you'll hear it but it won't register because I have a real golden blessing of being able to interpret things and put it in certain words that actually hit people from the inside out, so they're able to be free of the energy that's holding their anger and guilt and shame in place. So that's what I do. So today I got a very interesting question about, I had a guy comment and ask me, Nicole, how can you tell the difference if a girl you're dating is a narc or she just has her feminine energies like really mixed up? So like toxic feminine energy or a narc? Well, I'm going to answer those two questions right now. It's really difficult when you're toying back and forth with your head and you vacillate between pain and guilt because you feel so sorry for this person. You feel so sympathetic with everything they must be going through. And you try to tolerate and take in things like, I just need some space, I don't check in every day, I've been too dependent before, so now I gotta be very independent, all these kind of things. And here's the one thing I just wanna say. Distraction. Here's the one thing I wanna say. The gold of this question, I'm going to leave that for the end, but here's some traits so that you're able to tell the difference actually, okay? A girl who is toxic because her femininity is toxic, which means there is none. It means she's in overdrive in masculine energy, means that she'll be incapable of being vulnerable. She will be insensitive to her own emotions. She will not be receptive to compliments or help or you assisting her or giving advice. She will probably be a workaholic. She will not want to talk about feelings. She will need certain things in place in order to control her environment and everything else that's going on with you. And you'll kind of be like her quick to when she's in the mood and everything's perfect in the parameters to reach out for you. So in other words, a woman who is toxic in her femininity is null and void in her femininity. So in other words, she's masculine. So the masculine energy is about doing, and the feminine energy is about receiving. So she'll have trouble receiving. She'll have trouble doing anything that seems that is not productive. In other words, a long, luxurious bath. She may actually do that if she's working 60, 100 hours a week, but anything that seems frivolous to her mind, aka romantic, trivial in nature, doesn't add up to anything, kid-like, spontaneous, that's a big no-no because there's no control there, there's no parameters set. Any girl that is in her masculine energy and its overdrive has been for sure murdered on the inside by the neglect or dismissive nature of her dad, or her dad was never there, or he was very hurtful and insensitive, in which case that lured to her other guys that are insensitive and or narcs. And along comes you, and normally you would not even be in the same room as someone like this, but somehow life got you in a certain way, and so you're seeing this kind of person as alluring or attractive, and you kind of connected in some way, shape, or form, but you are seeing that you're eating yourself up because their actions are not, girls or guy, whatever, kind of, you're the guy or the girls, it doesn't matter. If it's a guy, he'll be too much in his feminine energy, which means he'll be non-committal. He won't take action. He won't make plans. He won't have any sense of control in his life. He won't have any standard, just his own. He'll be sensitive, oh yeah, to his feelings. And then yours will come at a close second. And you got to understand, when you as a girl, a woman, has like a really bad day and a lot has happened and you're used to tolerating a lot, and then you go meet up with your guy who's extra sensitive and creative and all that stuff, but he's not anchored in his masculine energy, and he's over emotional, so he's really good with gobs and gobs of poetry and a lot of talk and songs and things like that, but he's not pragmatic and he's not logical and he's not decisive. He bounces back and forth. So on the day that you have a fucked up day, and he has a fucked up day, oh, well, then he'll just be like, just get over it. Just get over it. Like, in other words, you've always gotten over it before, and he does not have the emotional calluses to handle your load. He also doesn't have the emotional stamina, nor has he ever needed to be there for a woman. He has attracted women who are his nurse, his accountant, his life manager, his life coach, his shrink, and his sex partner. And so he will be the sensual one in the relationship. And you'll be the one that won't take care of yourself a lot. Put yourself last, not have time to do your hair or makeup or get your nails done or take a long bath or put on lotion or just do anything for your body. And given you are estrogen based primarily as a girl, your body will hold precedent over anything else that's going on in your mind. So you will be drained of energy if you don't give to your body, if you don't work out, if you don't pamper yourself, if you don't bring in joy, if you don't bring any childlike fun, if you don't bring anything cuddly to touch, anything soft to feel, anything beautiful to see, anything nice to hear, I'll tell you what sense you will overdo is the taste. Ice cream, pizza, cheese, donuts, you'll go that route. So when you're dealing with a man or a woman who is lopsided and ODing on the opposite energy they were born with, they're not going to be balanced inside. So they're not going to attract someone that is balanced. They're going to attract someone with the opposite balance problem that they have. So a guy who's not masculine enough will attract the woman who's very organized and strong-minded and confident and all this kind of stuff and very logical and get shit done. And he'll be the creative, wordy, feeling, sensitive type of guy to match her lack of sensitivity towards her own feelings. Because she lives up in her head. And when a woman lives up in her head and it overrules her body, that's when disease happens, because the body is in dis-ease with itself. Because now your organs are going to cry the tears your eyes refuse to shed. And a guy who is too feminine, again, he's going to attract a masculine girl, but if he really wants to balance himself out, he's not going to be able to really help her. Now, these are some of the traits that are the feminine and the masculine in both sexes when they're not balanced. Now, a girl that's a narc will always have a motive for you being in her life. she will also turn on a dime emotions. In other words, she won't hang on to anger because she's not really invested. So she can just let go of what you did or didn't do as long as you fit the mold of what it is that she needs from you. And basically you're stand-in until something else comes in that's actually going to supply her to give her a lot more. I just don't want to overuse that word supply of what it is that she needs. And again, you're part of a big agenda. And so if you have clout, if you have status, if you have something she needs, she won't invest her heart. She won't fully commit ever. She can be great with sex, and she can be very fun-loving, and she can seem like the most perfect girl, perfect woman, because on a dime, she can be the way you want her to be, because narcs are very chameleon-like. So she's going to be very intuitive in terms of what to say, what not to say, how to be with your parents, how not to be, how to be the image, because again, it's a mask. Same with the guy, it's a mask. So in order to really honor your question, how to tell if a girl or a guy is actually just too warped in his feminine energy, it's not because he doesn't have enough masculine, or the girl doesn't have enough feminine energy versus they are a narc, that's not going to really help you. What's going to really help you, and what really you need to focus on, is why? Why are you attracting two damage type people? Because even if this girl or this guy is not a narc, but they're just really entangled in a lopsided energies, masculine, feminine, they're like they're choked in it, and so they spew on you in all the ways warped energies will do. Like the woman will be too controlling, like the guy will be passive as fuck. This is why now, when you look at the dating game and everything, guys are spoiled. Women are like fucking desperate because the guys are pulling on the feminine energy and the girls are pulling on the masculine energy, where they want their dick, how they phrase it and whatnot. So you have to ask yourself, even to try to help this guy that's way too feminine, even to try to help this girl that's way too masculine, what will happen to you as a guy if you try to help this girl that's way too masculine is that being with her is going to continue to pull on your feminine, because only opposite energies attract. So as long as she's this way, you're going to be, or she's going to pull out of you your feminine energy in order to deal with her masculine energy. Because there won't be dealing when there's two, like, horns of two moose heads locking horn. If she's a masculine energy and she's a control freak, and then you become leader of the pack and Mr. Alpha Male, you won't put up with shit. She won't put up with shit. There won't be relationships. That's why opposite energies attract. Law of attraction, similar energies, they mesh together, but when it comes to the human beings, only opposite energies attract. That's the romantic energy. Whether it's same sex or not, it'll always be one will be a masculine, more dominant, the other one will be more feminine and receptive. It's not that the receptive energy is weak and just fucking waiting. She's actually a lot stronger than the masculine energy. She's controlling his every move because she's magnetizing it. She is law of attraction. That's what law of attraction is. It's a feminine energy. It's not a masculine energy. That's why they tell you to get in the right energy so you can attract. You can be receptive to good things. So the majority of the women today are unlearning their natural birthright, throwing the vagina out the fucking window, killing the natural source of law of attraction that a girl learns to do and become when she can fiercely bring the man that is supposed to be with her to her without saying a word, with just a look, with just a vibe. So you have to really ask yourself, staying with these types of people, which you've attracted because you are also distorted inside, is going to keep you distorted. It's going to keep you weak because the energy you were born into is not fully utilized. And like muscle, it starts to atrophy. You no longer get to access it so quick. You've got to rechannel yourself to learn how to access that. Because a guy who's emotional is not used to being grounded in his logic and thinking things through. He's used to just being fucking emotional, and then he has to do pot and smoking up and alcohol and all those substances to help him cope, because his body is not equipped to distill an overload of emotion. A woman's body is a lot more equipped to dealing with an overload emotion. This is why we need the masculine energy in the man to help us get anchored when we're in our stormy season, we're on our period and whatever, stuff like that. So what I would do if I were you guys, instead of wanting to know the difference between a narc or someone with a distorted masculine and feminine energy, I would come to me so that you can find out what is it in you. Where's the hole that mom or dad dug out or refused to fill or couldn't fill that got you to cave in like that and feel like you're missing something. Each of these warped energies are missing something and stealing it from the other. That's why the foundation will always crumble until each hopefully has learned their lesson, but it's at a huge cost and many, many years. I'll leave you with that for now.